Hey everybody, it's Stacey Duffy here, your Denver Metro real estate resource, and we're just going to get right into the market update. I'm going to show y'all some numbers and see if you like this format a little bit better. So this is going to be my super quick recap, super quick for me. You know, I talk a lot. If you want the detailed one, I'll link to that up above and down below. And I have a ton of details on the individual market stats there for y'all. So it's the 1st of October. The date is going to be a little rough because September closings, the last few days of the month, probably haven't been entered just yet. But I wanted to give y'all context because look at this. Everyone's talking about, oh my God, the market's crashing, blah, 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 prices are going, like plummeting. A lot of that is seasonal, okay? It also, in combination with the rate increase, it's swinging a bit more than we would usually see in a singular seasonal adjustment. But we also didn't have any typical seasonal adjustments or seasons, you know, second half of the year, slower part of the real estate cycle. We haven't had those for the last 2 years because of COVID. And because of the low rates and everything else and everybody buying things up. So this is the first time we're having a typical seasonal market with the added factor of the rate increases that's, you know, making it a little bit more extreme than normal. My phone's blowing up apparently. It's the first time we've had that since 2018, 2019, and it's been so long and people forget because we all have short-term memories. So I wanted to show y'all. So for the year, yes, prices are gonna be flat. And this is median price. Let's do average price. I'm looking at the South Denver Metro Realtor Association stats. It pulls a 9-county metro instead of an 11-county metro. I think it's a little bit more indicative of our general Denver Metro versus pulling in Boulder and some other counties that aren't as relative. However, average, yeah, it actually went up a little bit for September. But like I said, I want to see the month-end closes on that. I think that's going to level out here in the next few days once everything gets collaborated in. But yes, our prices will always peak in April, May, June. Usually it's May, June. This year it was April because the rate increases went up at the end of March. So these are all those March contracts that closed in April for those crazy prices because of what was going on. And then we didn't really have a seasonal adjustment the last couple of years. Let's back out and look at this. Last 5 years, we've had these crazy increases. But normally, guys, our prices peak in May, June, and they bottom out in December, January. Peak in May, June, bottom out in December, January, and then COVID. And so things are crazy. Back it out even further. We go up, we go down. We go up, we go down. We go up, we don't go down. But overall, it just slowly goes up, right? That's the market appreciation over time. This goes all the way back to 2009, okay? So that shows you, but look, since 2021, beginning of 20, well, end of 20, even COVID was kind of a crapshoot. We just through the roof because the rates have been so low and everyone's been buying things and millennial home buyer, you know, all going in and increasing all this demand situation and people not moving. So that's limited our supply. So prices have gone through the roof. Okay. So that just kind of shows you context. There's a seasonal adjustment here with an added factor of rate increases staking out some buyer demand, as well as our seasonal increase in supply that usually happens this time of year. The other thing I want to show you as far as closed listings, this doesn't look like a lot, right? Like houses are selling, not sure what's going on. Back it out a little bit. Oh wait, this happens every year. Back it out even further. Oh wait, this happens every year. More homes will sell in the summer than, and this always peaks in June or July because that's May contracts, guys. April and May contracts. So your prices are going to peak in May and June. Your closings are going to peak in about that June, July time frame, and then things will slow. We usually get this little bump, you know, sometimes October, November contracts, and then they're going to bottom out in January because nobody wants to go buy a house in December, okay? Back everything up 4 to 5, 6 weeks because of our process. So January closings are the least because those are December contracts, all right? December closings perk up a little bit, December and November, because those are October and September contracts. So this happens every year, but we've got a little bit more of a swing here just because we sold pretty much anything that was out there and was available over the last couple of years, and then we're tanking, okay? It's just these extreme swings that are really hitting people. This is another one that's really catching people off guard, and I'm going to narrow it in a little bit because this is what people feel, and the 3 years is what people remember of, oh, okay, well, back in 2020, COVID was kind of crazy, but even January, pre-COVID, we had average, I'm going to go to median, that makes better. That's better data. 25 days on market was the median days on market back before COVID started in January. January 2019 is 27. You can see end of year, it tends to go up. Houses sit on the market a little bit longer. And then look, nothing, everything sold like super, super fast. And we had the weekly auction with no seasonal correction. Okay. So that's what people are comparing to. And then now, homes are sitting on the market. Oh my God, price drops, price drops. Yes, this happens a lot. It's just more extreme because the buyers aren't buying because of the interest rates, as well as in combination with the seasonal adjustment. This is gonna keep going up for the next 2, 3, 4 months, okay? So if you're buying, now's your chance to buy. Plan for the rate. That's the bigger picture. So I'll talk about that at the end, all right? Months of supply. This doesn't mean a lot for most people in context, but agents use this a lot as far as the available inventory that's out there and how long it would take to sell what's available. Guys, big picture, okay? This was 2009, 2010, okay? Coming out of the housing market. Then it's really, really, really predictable. This happens a lot. Then we had COVID, and then we had post-COVID market of 21, 22, and nothing. There was nothing to buy. Everything that was out there was getting sold and snatched up. Now we're starting to come back up. Now we're starting to go back to 2018, 2019, what more feels normal, okay? It'll come back to us. It just takes some time, and it takes a little bit to remember all of this. The other thing that I want to show y'all, bidding wars, okay? We had bidding wars for so long. 1 year, it's like, oh my gosh, the sales prices, there's so much negotiation room. Sale to list prices, oh my God, 99%. Kill me. I'm so sorry you had to negotiate 1% off the price of your house. So, context. This is the context. 5-year picture. We always have a little bit of a bidding, or not always, but recent market. Let me go back even further. Recent market, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, okay? A little bit of a bidding war in the spring, not much, not the bloodbath that we've had. And then you have some leverage down in the fall, okay? Obviously, 2009, 2010, you had a lot more leverage and a lot of crazy other things happening. Then, you have to give up your arm and your firstborn child and your car to go buy a house, okay? Or, people offering vacations homes, people offering treats for dogs, gift cards to restaurants, crazy stuff, okay? I'm not going to get into gift cards. That's a loan fraud issue. Moving on. So, but how much you had to bid, and then seasonal swing last fall, but it never came all the way down below 100%. Now we're going even more extreme swing up. You had to, give everything away. Now you have leverage. There's no one competing on this house. Oh my God, what? That's what's hitting people so hard, okay? The media sells a very, very, very small snippet. Context, history, patterns give context, okay? They give you an understanding. Price per square foot's another one that's really easy to see that those values went up so fast. And then now they're coming back down, but we're just back down to January, okay? We're not back down to 2009, okay? You're fine. Your home is not upside down unless you bought it in like March, April, May, June. If that's the case and you had to sell tomorrow, yeah, you're going to be upside down. That happens a lot in a seasonal market. Okay? If you bought in May of 2018 and you had to sell in January of 2019, you were going to be this is December, you had to list in December and close in January, you would have been upside down a small amount. So now it's just because of the extreme swings, all right? Most people are not buying to sell their house 6, 9, 12 months down the road. That's never the goal. The goal is to get some long-term growth in here. That's what we're shooting for, all right? So anyway, hopefully that just gives y'all some context. Understanding the patterns and the seasonality of what happens in the market and having an agent that understands it is critical to really not feeling like you're getting screwed. Am I buying at the right time, the wrong time, blah, 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 blah. Like context, okay? Market updates are helpful with context. Directions and numbers one way or the other without a bigger picture doesn't really tell us enough and doesn't tell us enough to make us feel comfortable in what we're doing. Now, the big thing with the market update is the rate situation. That's what's really going to be the bigger picture, okay? Planning for the rate. Do you need to do a 2-1 buy down? Do you want to ask the seller to do a 2-1 buy down? That's really common right now. Do you want to ask the seller to give you some closing cost credits to help buy your rate down long term? Do you want to plan to refi in 2, 3, 4 years? Does it get you into a house because you don't have to compete in the spring market versus renting for another year or something like that? Look at the bigger picture, get a realtor, talk to someone that you know, like, and trust to help you with that. If you're in the Denver metro area, I would love to help you with that. I love helping make a game plan for my clients that makes sense for them long term. If it's not buy right now, do we buy in 6 months? Do we buy in 9 months? Do we buy in a year? Let's look at all those factors and see what makes the most sense for you and what's going to work, okay? So looking to buy or sell, in the Denver metro area, hit me up. If you need an agent in another area or in anywhere else in Colorado or in another state, let me know. I have an amazing network of agents. I would love to refer you to somebody that's a good fit for you. So I've got a link for that on my website that you can go to. The link's down below if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're somewhere else, hit me up and go to my website. I've got a referral link there. So thanks so much for the time. Hopefully this was helpful for y'all. Give me your feedback. Hit the like button if this was good for you. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm crazy and full of crap and that the numbers are all made up, put that down below. I'd love the context and the format to see what helps you the most, okay? So thanks so much for the time and have a great day.